All right. Well, it is 7 o'clock, so I am going to get started. Welcome. If you're just joining me, my name is Jessica, and I am very grateful to have you in class tonight. So I can't see you, I can't hear you. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to post in the comment section and let me know what you're thinking, and I will check it after the class. This class is going to go from 7 to 8 p.m. and it is live. So if you hear cussing or if you hear me slip up, I apologize, but it is live and this is the first live class that I am doing. So it's uncharted territory for me. So bear with me as I get my equipment right, lighting, microphone, all that good stuff. So this is going to be a beginner level class, but if you are intermediate through advanced, you obviously know the modifications that you can take and the liberties that you can take for your practice. If you feel like you want to add something on, feel free to add something on and just catch up through the next pose. If you feel that I'm going a little too fast, just slow down and come into child's pose or just come into any position that is comfortable for you. So if you're just joining and you didn't hear me before, you're going to probably need a strap and two blocks. So if you don't have the strap and or two blocks, instead of a strap, you can use a scarf or a belt or even a dog leash, just anything that's going to connect from one point to another. And if you don't have blocks, you can use maybe a rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket, or you could also use just some really big, heavy, sturdy books. So if you've got the hardback Twilight series books, those are fantastic because they're gigantic, and I know most of us have those. So you can use those. They make great substitutes for blocks. So take a minute, go get those. Those of you who have those, we're just going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So I'm going to have you lie down with the soles of your feet together, knees out wide, and you're just going to take your arms by your sides. Just relax your back. If you feel like your knees are uncomfortable, just kind of hanging out like this, you can put your blocks underneath of your knees. It's still going to give you a great stretch, but you're going to just have a little bit of support. So you're not going to be kind of clenching with the muscles that you should be stretching. So we'll just take a minute here and close your eyes. So I always like to start my personal practice with some pranayama, some breath control, and just some quiet intention setting. So for this class, as you close your eyes, I want you to take both hands to your heart, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Now, keep in mind, we're going to be here for a little while, so get comfortable. And if you want to take the first few breaths to place something underneath of your knees, go ahead and do that. And just breathe. Feel your lower back lifting off of the mat, just nice and neutral. You don't have to press your spine down. You don't have to pull it up. Just let it be where it is and notice the feeling. So the breath is just moving in through the nose and out through the nose. See if you can elongate your exhales, make them just a little bit longer than your inhale. Let your eyes close down and just bring your focus and awareness inward. So one of the intention that I'd like to offer to you today for your class is compassion. So this seems to be a common recurring theme in my life. I keep talking about it, different conversations with different people. And, my philosophy is if you do everything with compassion, then nothing you do can be wrong. Everything you do is out of love. You can't be wrong. So we have so many people that we depend on to be compassionate to us. So without compassion, there wouldn't be industries like, service industries. There wouldn't be nurses or teachers or firefighters or doctors or veterinarians or, animal rescues. They all do those things out of compassion. and we all support them. We all look at them as heroic, and they're doing the same things that we do. That's their purpose, their service. And we may be a nurse or a teacher or a firefighter or a doctor. And so we're offering our compassion to so many people every day. But then you think about it, are you offering the same kind of compassion to yourself? Generally, we don't. We don't see ourselves as deserving of our compassion. Now, I'd like you to take your arms and raise them over your head. Feel your heart lifting. Feel your chest opening. Let your chin tip up just slightly. So compassion, if you get what I'm saying, it kind of makes the world go round, right? All these people that devote their lives to compassion, so we can devote our life to our compassion. And once we start to devote our intention of compassion to ourselves, it kind of spreads outward. So think about that through every single pose on your mat. Are you responding to yourself with compassion, or are you responding to yourself with frustration, expectations? You're just generally being hard on yourself. So have compassion. Whether your compassion just means to dial it down a notch or just maybe give yourself an extra break. Maybe you ate a lot yesterday or the day before that, and your belly is still full. Have some compassion and just relax. Do what feels good in your practice. So as you lift your heart, I want you to start to imagine this little bubble around your heart. And just keep in mind, nobody's watching you. Nobody knows what's going on in your head. So just humor me. Humor yourself. So this bubble surrounding your heart, every heartbeat makes that bubble just grow a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, and it starts to expand up into your upper chest cavity and then down into your lower chest cavity. And now if this isn't comfortable, take your arms down by your sides, but still start to visualize that bubble of compassion starting to take over your entire body. It may sound silly, may sound kind of kooky or woo-woo or whatever you call it, but just imagine that compassion spreading from your heart until it goes all the way up to the top of your head, all the way down to your tippy toes and up to your fingertips. Right? And now you've got so much compassion in you that it's going to start to expand outward. It's going to start to reach out past your skin, right? It's going to start to expand into your aura. So this is yours. This is your compassion. No one can see it. Nobody knows it's happening, only you. So keep that through your practice. And every time you start to doubt yourself in any pose, any movement, come back to that compassion. So let's start to bring our arms down by our sides. And then I want you to take your hands to the outsides of your knees and just gently bring the knees together. And just kind of feel the opposite, internal rotation of the thighs versus what we were doing with external rotation of the thighs. So even if you want to just cross one leg over the other and maybe swing the knees side to side, this feels really good after a really big hip abductor stretch, sorry. Cross the other leg over, couple more sways side to side with your knees. It does feel really good. And bring both knees or both feet down to the ground, and you're going to hug your right knee into your chest. Just give it a nice big squeeze. You can keep your left knee bent, left foot on the floor. I want you to take your right hand to your right knee, your left arm down. I'm just going to make some circles. Just nice big circles. I just want to loosen and lubricate the hip joint. So I really want to make sure that the hips are nice and wide open, but we're not doing too much stretching cold. And then go the other direction. And just notice if you've got any popping and cracking in the hip joint. Mine does. As soon as I go right there, pops. It's always done it. So I need to just not go quite as far. Good. Bring it back in, hug the knee, and switch sides. So now you'll take your left knee and just big circles, one direction and then the other. Just as many as you feel comfortable with. They don't have to be slow or fast, whatever feels good to you. And once you've gone one direction, go the other. And breathe with the movement. Good. And then just take that knee, release it, put the foot on the ground, and you're going to hug your right knee back into your chest. And so this is where you might need your strap. You may not need it, but you might need it as well. So we're going to have it handy, and you're going to extend this right leg straight up. Keep the left leg bent. But if you feel really flexible, you've got some flexibility here, you can straighten that bottom leg. You're going to reach your hands behind your thigh. And for a lot of us, this is enough. This is a really great stretch. Keep your right foot flexed. And maybe if you can't reach behind your thigh, you're out here like this, that's okay. As long as you're getting that stretch here. Grab your strap, place it around your thigh, and pull that leg towards you. Just gently. Breathe. Remember your compassion for yourself. We're not cranking ourselves into a position that makes us cry. That's CrossFit, right? I'm just kidding. Maybe not. Okay. Then maybe if you feel comfortable, walk your hands up, 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 and then maybe even reaching to the foot. Then maybe even lift the head. If you are feeling really, really frisky, maybe take the hands and reach them forward for a little bit of core work. And then we're going to release and come down. Thank God that side's over. Now we're going to do the other side. So hug your left knee into your chest. Get a good squeeze, nice little hug. Flex your left foot, and then extend that leg straight. So you know your options. You can grab the back of the thigh. You can use the strap for the back of the thigh. You can straighten the bottom leg if you want. Keep it bent. And then maybe walk the hands up the leg, up to the foot, however far you are. And just pull the leg down towards your face. Maybe lift the head off the ground. Breathing, breathing, breathing. The whole time breathing. Your breath is your gauge to know that you are not going to crack your body open. And if you want, hands release, reach, reach, reach. Keep this top foot flexed. Breathe in and breathe out, release. Good. Whew, okay, so now we're going to take both legs, extend them down to the ground, and just rock your feet side to side. And we're going to do tree pose right on the ground. So we're going to start by flexing our feet. Now imagine in your mind's eye that you're doing this standing up. So your feet would be flexed because your feet aren't going to be all loosey-goosey on the floor. So your feet are flexed. Back is, hips are flat. Hips are pressed down into the mat. And we're going to start with the right knee. Take the right knee so you don't have to worry about balance here. So you can really work on opening the hips. You can start with your foot at your calf, or you can bring the foot up to your thigh. Notice what happens to your body here when you bring the foot up higher. Your knee starts, your hip starts to have to open more. Your back is going to arch, and your foot might just kind of glide down to the floor here. But that's okay. I want you to keep that foot pressing into your left thigh. And then I want you to take your arms out like tree branches. So they're not out to a T, just up a little bit higher. So notice here how your right knee is lifted up off of the ground. You may be way up here, and that's fine. I want you to be comfortable with where you are. Try not to put anything underneath of your knee because we're going to use our outer thigh muscles to help open up this thigh. So I want you to squeeze your right butt cheek like you're trying to do the biggest butt cheek squeeze of your entire life. And now squeeze your left butt cheek. So both of your glutes, your biggest muscles back there are engaged, and that's going to help you to open up this thigh. So notice if you disengage those muscles, your butt just goes loose, then your knee comes up. But if you squeeze those butt muscles really nice and tight, now pull the belly in nice and tight like you're trying to press it to the floor, you've got a rock solid tree here on the ground. Really nice. All right. Take the knee, hug it into your chest, and we'll switch sides. Flex the right foot, take the left leg to wherever you took it on the other side. So I'm going to put it on the inner thigh. So my foot just wants to drop down and be lazy. So I'm going to turn on my butt muscles. Squeeze the left butt cheek first, and that's going to open up this left knee. Squeeze the right butt cheek, flex the right foot because you're standing on the ground here, and then reach your arms up like you're in tree pose, standing up. So notice again, if you just let your butt muscles go loosey-goosey, how that left knee wants to come up, and everything just kind of falls apart here. Squeeze the muscles again. Pull the belly in nice and tight. Good. Take a breath. And then release. Bring your arms down by your sides. Shake them out. Your legs, not your arms. All right, now you're going to take your right knee into your chest. And then you're going to open the right knee out to the side. Take your left hand to your left hip. Flex your right foot. Now, if you can grab big toe with your peace sign fingers, go ahead and do that and maybe extend that leg out. So this pose, this is standing hand to foot pose. So this would be if you're standing up, you know the pose. Okay, so lying down, it's the same exact thing. We're extending that leg out to the side. And notice how my leg is not coming down to the ground, but I'm pointing my toes toward the floor. So I don't want to have my toes pointing up. I want to have them pointing kind of behind me. So what I'm doing really, really tightly here is squeezing my right butt cheek muscles. Now I need to squeeze my left hip here, my left butt cheek, so that I don't roll over and do this. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now, if you've just got your knee, you're doing the same exact thing. The knee is bent and you're holding on to it, but you're stabilizing yourself by using your glute muscles. So your butt is really, really important in your yoga poses. Bring the knee back in and we'll switch sides. So you're going to take your left knee out to the side. You're going to take your right hand to your right hip and squeeze the butt muscles. If you want to take big toe, grab it with the index finger, middle finger, and thumb. Go ahead and do that. I've got a wall right here, so my husband probably wouldn't appreciate it if I just kicked a hole in the wall. So I'll spare him that. All right, so you're really engaging the muscles here, and just close your eyes if you want to. Notice what's going on, because this is hard enough without balance, and when you start to put balancing into it by being on the ground, that's another level of business. All right, good. Go ahead and come back to center. Bring the knee in. Hug both knees into your chest. And then we are going to just come up to a seat. Good. Awesome. You guys are doing good. So adjust hair, adjust clothing, however needed. And we are going to just sit here cross-legged. Now, if you are uncomfortable sitting here on the floor, sit on a block or even 2 blocks, or sit against the wall. So we're going to just sit nice and tall. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Imagine your spine growing longer. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So you're going to take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. I just realized I'm probably doing the exact opposite of what you're seeing. Or what you're doing, but just twist to one side. Keep the spine straight. So try not to lean back here like this. You want to keep the spine straight. If you feel like you're doing this, your hand is reaching for something, block underneath of your hand. And this is going to help you just keep a straight spine. So lifting up nice and tall, anchor both hips down to the ground. So your left hip is pushing back away from the direction that you're twisting. Because if not, you're just turning. That makes sense. You want your hips to remain anchored. And then come back to center. Let's take the arms up overhead. And then exhale as we twist to the other side. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Great. Come back to center. And I'm going to crawl the hands forward and come into a tabletop position. So whenever you're in your tabletop position, it's really, really important to spread the fingers out nice and wide. And we do what's called Hasta Bandha. So Hasta Bandha means hand lock. So when your hands are on the ground, you're pressing down into each fingertip. And you're kind of clawing at the ground like you're trying to hold on to the ground for dear life. This is going to keep the pressure from really hitting your wrists, and it's going to help over time alleviate wrist pain. Yes, it will be harder at first because your body is not used to using those muscles, but it is going to make your arms a lot stronger, and it's going to alleviate a lot of wrist injury tendency and pain. So we're going to just cat-cow here. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone. You get a nice deep arch in the back for cat pose. Actually, I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see this. And then around the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone under for cat pose. Feel like you're pressing the ground away. And then inhale, lift the tailbone. Lift the head, stay right here, don't move. We're going to stay in our cow pose. This is called an anterior pelvic tilt. So imagine that your pelvis is a bowl of water, and in an anterior pelvic tilt, you are pouring a little bit of water out of the front of the bowl. We're going to use that in certain positions. And then we're going to do a posterior pelvic tilt as you press into your cat pose. So this angry Halloween cat, right? Its back is really arched and rounded. Tailbone is tucked under. This is called the posterior pelvic tilt. So if your pelvis, you imagine it's a bowl, you're going to dump some water out of the back of the pelvis. So this is a really important spinal position for certain poses as well. So we inhale, cow pose. This is our anterior pelvic tilt. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. This is our posterior pelvic tilt. So now I will shut up and let you cat-cow and just enjoy it. Yeah? And by the way, if you've never taken my classes before, I talk a lot. So if you just want to tune me out, go right ahead. All right, come back to a flat back. So now we're going to take the right knee. Now, if your hands are starting to really get your wrists start to hurt, knuckles on the ground, thumbs out, just like this, like you're giving the floor a thumbs up. Or you can come down onto your elbows. Always an option. You're going to take your right leg and kick it out to the side. And we're going to lift the leg up. So I want you to do the same thing that you were doing when you had your when we were laying on our back and you were in your tree pose. I want you to squeeze the right butt cheek up nice and tight. So we're going to lift it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Good. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So take your left leg out to the side. Flex the foot, lift the leg up. Again, if your hands are tired, come down to your elbows. You'll get the same effect. And we're going to lift it for 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to hold it. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it down. Point the toes, knees out wide. We're going to come back into child's pose. So child's pose, if this is uncomfortable, you can take a block and place it underneath of your butt. You can place it underneath of your chest, underneath of your head, or you can place pillows or blankets underneath of your thighs to keep yourself lifted off of the ground just a little bit. Arms are going to come way out in front of you, and you're just going to let your forehead rest on the mat. Good. Nice deep breath in here. Reaching the arms forward, breathing deep into the side of the lungs, the back of the lungs, really, really using the entire area of the lungs. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch here for your arms, you can come up onto your fingertips, or you can even turn your palms to face up. This is a really great stretch for the lats. And feel your hips pulling back as you reach your arms really far forward. Good. One more breath in here. And then we're going to come up, lift up, and we're going to place our toes on the ground. So you're going to come up into what I call toe crunch asana. So we're going to press back onto our toes and our knees. If this is uncomfortable, then you can come here, but I really want you to just feel yourself stretching all of the muscles along the bottom of your feet. So just stay here for a moment. You may even have to peel your pinky toe forward. This is kind of a difficult pose for a lot of us because, wearing shoes all day, our muscles, the muscles of our feet get really weak. And incidentally, it causes really poor balance. So I have that issue, really poor balance. I can balance on my hands better than I can balance on my feet most of the day, most of the time. So yeah. All right. Hands are going to come forward. Fingers open nice and wide. Press the hips back. Lift the knees off of the ground just an inch. Just lift. Use your glute muscles. Use your core. Use your thighs. And then we're going to straighten the legs. Downward facing dog. So it is not necessary to press your heels into the ground here. If your heels are pressed into the ground, but you're doing this with your back, then I want you to lift your heels up. Bend your knees and use that anterior pelvic tilt that we were using in cow pose. So this is the same position of your spine when you're in downward facing dog. You do not want to have your back rounded here. Keep pressing the hips up and back. Release the neck, maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. Good. And then look forward, and we're going to start to walk the feet up to the front of the mat. Coming into a forward fold, knees bent, tailbone sticking up. So in your forward fold, we're still doing that same anterior pelvic tilt where you're sticking your butt out. So if your hips were a bowl of water, you're going to pour some water out of the front. So channel your inner Kim Kardashian and stick your butt out, way out. Breathing here. If you feel comfortable and you want to straighten your legs, you keep your back nice and flat, go ahead and do that. There's lots of options. There's lots of modifications. So there's always a way to, kind of be kind to yourself, have that compassion for yourself when you're practicing yoga. Some days you may be really comfortable doing one pose, and then another day you may feel terrible in that pose. And that's okay. Just take the modifications that make the pose accessible to your body. So forward bend, your knees can always be bent. Your head can always be kind of lifted. Or if you feel really good, you can just grab the back of your thighs, pull your head down into a deep forward fold. Whatever feels comfortable to you. So now to come up, you're going to lift your head first, stick your butt out, pull the belly in, and press yourself up with a nice flat back. Good. So we're going to come into our mountain pose. Just standing here with our feet about hip width distance apart and our shoulders down and back. So for men, your hips are narrower, so you can stand with your feet together. For women, all this new body alignment science is saying that it is better for us to stand with our feet hip width distance apart because our hips are wider. So choose whether you want to stand like a man or stand like a woman. And stand up nice and tall wherever you are. Take your arms, reach them up overhead, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. One more. Inhale, reach up. You're going to make a bracelet around your left hand with your right hand. Reach up and tip over to the side. Really lengthen through both sides of the body. Even though you're crunching into this side, I want you to feel like you're kind of lengthening it as well. Now, if you want to get really interesting here, you can take your left foot and cross it in front of your right foot. That just gets you a little bit deeper of a stretch. And then inhale as you come up. Exhale, switch sides. So you're going to take your arms up, make a bracelet around your right hand with your left fingers. Reach it up and over. And same thing, feet can be side by side, or you can take your right foot, cross it over in front of your left, and just really elongate both sides of the body. Nice. Breath in, reach your arms up, and then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful. So let's start our sun salutation A. So I'm going to come over here to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive through heart center. Bent knees. If you want to, fold forward. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. You're gazing about 2 to 3 feet in front of you. Bring your palms to your shins if this helps you to keep your back flat. If you can keep your back flat here with your fingers on the ground, you've got really, really, really long hamstrings, do that, but keep looking just a little bit in front of you. And then exhale, fold forward, and we're going to step back with the left foot. Big step back, drop down to the left knee. Point the left toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. So here, I want you to think about taking your hips and tucking them under. So remember the posterior pelvic tilt. If your hips are a bowl of water, I want you to feel like you're pouring a little bit of water out of the back. So it seems like this is the opposite of what you want to do, but I guarantee you it's going to give you a heck of a deeper stretch here. So as you do that, you're going to feel how your left glute muscles, your left butt muscles are really starting to intensify and like really tighten up. That's good. That's going to help you to open up the front of your left hip. So once you do that, you can keep your hands on your hips, you can keep them on your thigh, or you can reach them up overhead. Keep pulling the belly in, tucking the tailbone here, and then exhale as you bring your hands down, and we're going to step back with the right foot. So if you're familiar with chaturanga, you want to rock through your chaturanga, we'll meet you back in downward facing dog. And if not, you're going to stay with me and we're going to come into this plank on your knees. Belly pulled in, you're doing that tailbone tuck, that posterior pelvic tilt. You are going to dump some of the water out of the back of your pelvis. So your back is nice and flat. Fingertips are spread out wide. Grip your fingers into the mat. Bend your elbows halfway. Point the toes. Roll the shoulders back and lift up into kind of a modified cobra. So if you're here, if you're more comfortable with your knees down on the ground, that's good. Keep your knees down on the ground. I want you to feel like you're pulling your chest forward. If you want to engage your thighs, lift your kneecaps off of the ground for upward facing dog. Take a breath in here. If you've got a really tight chest, really tight abs, you've got really strong abs, this pose might be really hard. So have that compassion for yourself. Drop back down to your knees, tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, one breath in here. Look forward, and we're going to step the right foot up to the front of the mat, drop the back knee down. So the left leg is back, and we take our arms and reach them up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, step the back foot forward for your forward fold, your Uttanasana pose. Inhale, half lift. This is Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Back is flat, gaze is slightly forward. So this is not halfway lift. This is what I see a lot of my new students do. Shoulders have to come up, butt has to stick out, hands can come here. You want to flatten your back as much as possible. No rounded shoulders here. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, look up, lift up, chin first. Arms are going to come up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. So our next round, we're going to do a little bit faster. Inhale, arms reach up, palms together, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Take your modification, knees bent or straight. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, this time you're going to step back with your right foot. Take a big step back, drop down to the right knee, point the right toes, lift the hands off of the ground, tuck the tailbone. Hands can stay here, here, or lift them all the way up here. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. If you want to go through your chaturanga, go through your chaturanga. If not, come with me. Both knees come back together, tabletop. Now you're going to walk your hands just a little bit further forward, maybe like a half of a hand's length forward. Come forward into a plank on your knees. Trust me, this is all you want to do tonight. Belly pulled in, tailbone tucked under. Look slightly ahead of you. Bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, point the toes. Pull the chest forward. Press the hands into the ground. Feel like you're pulling your elbows forward and straighten your arms. Now you can stay here or lift the kneecaps off of the mat for your upward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale. Tuck the toes, knees can come down. Lift back up, downward facing dog. Take just a few breaths here. Now, if it's really hard on your hands in downward facing dog, you can take like rolled up socks and place them underneath of your wrists or a pillow underneath of your wrists. Yeah, you probably don't want to come down onto your elbows here just yet because that's even harder. That's a whole different pose. All right, inhale, look forward, walk, float, or step the feet up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Drop the upper body, Uttanasana, just relax into this pose. And then Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Palms can press into the shins, lengthen through the spine, look slightly forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, chin first. Do not roll up one vertebrae at a time, please, 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 please. Bring your hands together. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our sun salutation B. Inhale, arms are going to reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, coming right into chair pose. Sit back like there's a chair behind you and you're trying to get your butt into that chair. Pull the belly in, look forward, reach the arms up. Now, if it's really, really intense and it hurts your shoulders, just bring your hands to your heart. Good. So inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step it back, downward facing dog. So if you want to go through a chaturanga, go through a chaturanga. But for this practice, we're just going to stay right here in a downward facing dog. So if you're doing chaturanga, meet us right back here. All right. So you're going to step both feet together. Inhale, reach that right leg high. Exhale, feel like you're stepping over a rock as you step the right foot up in between the hands. If it only makes it this far, that's fine. Grab the ankle and pull that foot forward. Get it forward however you can because you want that foot to be lined up, toes to fingers. All right, so now you're going to hip hop that left foot out to the side just a little bit and turn the toes out 45 degrees. We're going to come into warrior one. Arms are going to reach up. Hips are going to face forward. Left hip is facing out to a 45-degree angle. Left knee is facing to a 45-degree angle, and left toes are facing a 45-degree angle. The entire right side of the body is facing forward. As your arms reach up, you are going to maintain that posterior pelvic tilt here by taking a little bit of that water in your pelvis and dumping it out of the back. So this is really going to make you have to use your left leg muscles here. Try not to bend too far forward with this knee. If it's bent too far forward, you're going to start to put a lot of pressure on the kneecap. So knee is stacked right over top of the ankle. And then exhale, bring the hands down. And we're going to step back to a plank. If this is too much, drop down to your knees. You're going to lower down halfway. Inhale, point the toes, lift up into your cobra, modified cobra, or your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, back to downward facing dog. All right, so now we're gonna take the feet together again at the middle of the mat. Inhale the left leg up. Big stretch. Exhale, look forward, step that foot up in between your hands. If it doesn't make it up there, grab the foot, shimmy it forward, pull it forward, whatever has to happen. Step the right foot just a little bit out to the side so that the right toes are pointing out on a 45-degree angle. The right toes should be facing the front right corner of the mat. Left knee is facing forward, left toes facing forward, arms are gonna reach up toward the sky. Tuck the tailbone under, squeeze all the way down this right thigh. Look forward in front of you, pull the belly in, and breathe. One more breath here. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back, drop to a plank, drop to the knees. If this feels good, you wanna come up onto a full plank, you can do that. Wherever you are, we're going to bend the elbows just a little bit, point the toes, lift into our modified cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, drop down to the knees, tuck the toes, lift back, downward facing dog. Couple breaths in here. So my intermediate and advanced practitioners, if you are on here, you can float forward. You can handstand forward, whatever feels good to you. If you're just starting out, bend the knees, breathe out, and step your feet up in between your hands. Bring the feet together, bend the knees, drop your butt down, sweep your arms forward and up for chair pose. Look forward. Breathe in here. All right, now I'm gonna come to the front of the mat to show you guys. So I'm gonna bring your hands to your heart. Keep the chest lifted. So you can stay here, or you can come up onto your toes. Keep the heels and the ankles squeezing together. If you want to bring your arms out in front of you, bring your arms out in front of you. Maybe you start to lower a little bit, like you're sliding your back down a wall. If this hurts your knees, don't come down. Just stay here. Be kind to yourself. Good. And then bring your heels down to the ground. Awesome. Shake your feet out. And then we're going to stand with our feet about hip width distance apart. So you can stand at the front, back, middle of your mat, wherever you want. But we're going to take our arms out. Take our arms up. And I want you to just take your feet out a little bit wider than hip width. Turn the toes out just slightly. Bend the knees, come down to a squat. Now, if this is too intense, just stay here. So if you're coming down, if your knee cracked just like that, maybe this would not be a good pose to be in. So don't come down quite as far. Inhale, come all the way up. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Exhale, come down to your level of squat. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, bring it up. Good job. Okay, come to the front of the mat. And then we're going to step back into warrior 2. So we're gonna start off bringing, actually I'll come over to this side of the mat. We're gonna start off bringing your left foot way back, way back. Turn the back toes out to face the side of the mat. The front foot, the heel is pointing directly to the arch of the back foot. So imagine you're standing on an imaginary line. Both feet are on this line on the mat. Take your arms out wide. Bend into this front knee. This is what I see a lot of times. You want to bring the knee so that it's stacked over top of the ankle and crown of the head stacked over top of the hips. So you've got one long line from head down to your tailbone. And you want to have a little crease right here. So the back is nice and straight. Look out over the right middle finger. Good. And so here, you're opening up this right hip, just like we were when we were in tree pose on the ground. So I want you to really feel yourself engaging your right outer thigh muscles and your right glute muscles. Good. One more breath here. Straighten the front leg. And now we're going to pivot both feet so that they're facing the side of the mat. Now, if you have sciatica or if you have piriformis syndrome, either one of those two, and you'll know it because you'll feel it and you'll have been to your doctor for it, you're going to want to just turn your toes out slightly. If you don't, pigeon toe your feet inward. We're going to come into our wide-legged forward fold. So you're going to fold halfway. Keep the back flat. Now, if you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. This is just like our forward fold, but our legs are wide. So you want your back nice and flat. So if you have to bring blocks underneath of your hands, if you're doing kind of one of these things and your hands don't reach down, that's okay. Don't dangle. Just place something underneath of your hands. Now I'm going to show you from the side. You don't want to be back here like this. You want to have the weight centered in the middle of your feet. You want to have your back straight. So whether your back is straight here or you're coming down here and your back is straight, that's good. So either way, keep your back nice and straight. If you're down here and you want to take your hands out behind you, go ahead and do that. If you are one of my intermediate or advanced practitioners joining me tonight, and you have a supported headstand in your practice, go ahead and do that. I don't recommend tripod headstand, but if you are going to rock out a supported headstand, please feel free to do so and be safe. I can't see you, so I just trust that you'll be safe. Take a few breaths here. Maybe bend one knee and then the other, whatever feels good to you in this pose. If you feel like your hips are starting to open up a little bit here and you feel like you can come down a little bit further, maybe you were up here before and now you can maybe lose the blocks. If you're really being gentle with yourself and you're not going 100% into your body's full modification of your stretch, so if you're only doing like 90% of what you can do, your body starts to respond by opening up a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So you might, you'll definitely find a little bit more flexibility if you don't push yourself 100% each time. All right. So if you're upside down, come right side up, bring your feet down to the ground. And if you're not upside down, that's great. Then we're all going to start to push up a little bit. Good. Turn the toes out, bend the knees, and then we're just going to bring our hands to the insides of your thighs and maybe just rock side to side here. This is one of my favorite stretches ever. All right, come back to center, straighten the legs. I'm going to come back to face you guys. And then we're going to set ourselves up for warrior two with the left leg bent. So you're going to turn your right toes to face the side of the mat, turn your left toes to face forward. Imagine that you're standing on this imaginary line and that your feet, the left heel is facing the arch of the back foot. Keep the back straight, bend the front knee. Make sure you're not over bending. Knee over top of ankle, arms out wide, back is straight, so the crown of the head directly over top of the tailbone as you look out over your left middle finger. And just breathe here. Keep squeezing your outer left thigh. Straighten that leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your feet to face the same direction. Heel toe your feet together. And then come to the front of your mat. Give your feet a shake. And then we're going to come into our mountain pose. Arms reaching up high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back to downward facing dog. Take a second here and drop down child's pose. Knees come out wide, big toes together, sit the hips back. And remember, use whatever modification you need for this pose. So if you need pillows or blocks or whatever, Be kind to yourself. Don't force yourself here because you don't think you have enough time or you want to just push your body to the limit. Be kind to yourself here when you're stretching. Just take a rest when you're given a rest. And then when you're ready, we're just going to come up and we're going to stand. So make your way up to stand however you want to get here. We'll come into our balance poses. So kick your blocks out of the way at first. We're going to start with our tree pose. So we're going to do right side, then left side. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of poses on one side and then a whole bunch of poses on the other side. It kind of gives your body some, it's just not very good for your body. So anyway, so we're going to root down into your left foot. Let's start with your feet hip width distance apart first. Now you're going to root down into your left foot. Bring your hands to your heart, and you're going to turn your right toes out to the side. So stay here, or modification one. You can take your right heel to your left ankle, or you can take your right foot to the inside of your left calf, press the knee out, or you can take your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Keep this knee pressing out. Hands can remain here, or you can reach your arms up. Keep your gaze forward. Find something unmoving in front of you, a teeny tiny little point to focus on. That is called your drishti. Your energy goes where your energy flows where your focus goes. So don't close your eyes. If you want a real challenge, look up to the sky. If you really want to challenge yourself, close your eyes or just talk, and that will really challenge your balance. And I want you to really focus here. Pull the belly in. Now you're engaging your right butt cheek, right? You're engaging your right outer thigh, just like you were doing when you were laying on the floor. Reach, reach, reach. Make yourself really tall here. Spread your toes out nice and wide. Bring your hands back to your heart. Bring the right foot down. Shake your left foot out. Good job. So we're moving right on to the other side. Right foot presses down. Pull the belly in nice and tight. Turn the left toes out to the side. So you can put the heel on the ankle, foot on the calf, or the foot on the thigh. So wherever you are, squeeze the belly in tight. Squeeze the knee out wide. Good. And our hands are going to come to our heart, or hands are going to reach up. Gaze forward. If you want more of a challenge, look up or close your eyes. Breathe here. Excellent. Bring your hands down. Shake your legs out. Good job, guys. So we are going to move on to our hand to foot pose. So one thing that I did not tell you about yet, if you've taken my class before, you've heard of it, is what's called Mula Bandha. So Mula Bandha means root lock. That is taking all of the muscles of your perineum, the bathroom muscles, basically, front, middle, and back, and you're squeezing them up. This gives you buoyancy and lift, and it helps you in balance. So that might be the missing link that you need to make these balance poses really click for you. So you're squeezing like you're trying to stop a flow of urine. So you're squeezing that in really, really tight, and then do that same thing on the back and then in the middle. Squeeze them really tight. Okay, so engage Mula Bandha. Everything's sucked up, right? Okay, hug the right knee into the chest. Good. So you want this knee to be not into your chest, but you want the knee to be out in front of your right hip. Okay, so left hand can come to the left hip, and you can extend this right knee out wide. Now remember, you're not going to bring this all the way out, like, you know, open the hips really, really wide. Just bring it out to where you feel you can still balance. If you feel really comfortable and you can grab the big toe with the index, ring, and middle finger, do that and straighten the leg. Take the left arm up. And if you want to even challenge your balance more, look out towards your left hand. That's where it gets me. So do what feels good. Pull that Mula Bandha in. Spread your left toes out wide. Lift the heart. Lift the chest. Good. And then bring the leg back. Bend the knee if it's not already. And bring the foot down. Great job. Now we're going to do it on the other side. Root down into your left foot. Oh, sorry. Root down into your right foot. Left knee comes up. Feeling good, right? Feeling awesome. We're ready. Okay. Mula Bandha engaged. Right hand to right hip. Drishti engaged. Focal point locked on. All right. Knee comes out to the side. If this is where you want to stay, stay here. This is probably where I should have stayed on the other side. Use compassion. Be truthful to yourself. Where are you here? So if you want to go for it, grab the big toe and lift. Arms come out. Whoa, see? Find your drishti point and breathe. That's not working for me, so I'm just going to stay right here. And when you're ready, bring it back to center and lower it down. Great job, guys. Shake the feet out. Awesome work. Okay. Last but not least, grab your blocks if you have them. And if you're going to use them for this pose, so this is Warrior 3 pose. If you're going to use blocks, you're going to put them in front of you, shoulder width apart, and you're going to stand about 1 arm's length away from the blocks. Hands are going to start at your heart, and you're going to just lift your right foot off of your mat. Keep your toes pointing forward. Keep your chest lifted. Keep your gaze forward. Do not look down. Do not look down. Do not look down. Do not look down as you lift this leg up. Your gaze is forward in this pose. Now, if you're really unsteady, take your hands to the blocks. If you want to put a chair in front of you, put a chair in front of you, and that's going to keep you lifted up even higher. So this pose is about having a back bend here and creating some really strong back muscles. So press out through your right heel. Fan your toes out. Maybe point your toes, whatever feels good, but I want you to engage all the way through that leg. Mula Bandha, drishti is in front of you. Belly is pulled in tight. Every part of the body is engaged. Rotate this right hip down. So if you're out here like this, then you want to bring the right hip down and in. Hands to heart. Or for the full expression of the pose, arms can come out in front of you. And then exhale, bring it down, shake it out. Woo, good job. Okay, hands to heart, root down into the right foot this time. Look forward, lift the left foot off of the ground, and then start to kick the leg back. Look forward, lift the chest. Hands can stay here. They can go to your blocks or a chair, or you can bring them out in front of you. Keep this left hip rotating inward. You guys are doing really good. Really, really, really good. One more breath. Whew, exhale, shake it out. Awesome work, awesome work. All right, get yourself some water if you need to. Curse me out, I won't hear you, whatever, but you guys are doing fantastic. So we are now going to lie down on the ground on our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. And then we're going to rock the knees over to the right. Stack the hips on top of each other. Extend the left arm out behind you. The left shoulder blade does not have to touch the ground. If you want to place a block underneath of your left arm, do that so that it keeps your hips stabilized. And look over that left shoulder. If you have any neck injuries, neck issues, neck pain, whatever, just look over the right shoulder. Come back through center. And then drop the knees over to the left. So notice how I'm stacking my hips, and I take my right arm out behind me, and the arm doesn't quite make it to the ground. That's okay. I don't want to take my arm and lie, or my shoulders and lie them flat on the ground, because then it takes my hips out of alignment. I've already got hip issues, so I want to keep my hips stabilized. Look over the right shoulder. So I could place a block underneath of my right arm, but I'm going to not do that tonight because my block's all the way down there and I don't feel like getting it. Take a breath here. Let your breath come back to normal. Come back through center. And we're just going to come up to a seat. So I just wanted to get a little nice twist there. So we're going to do, I know that we're kind of running short on time, but I always like to do a forward fold, especially if we're doing a class in the evening, because this is going to really calm your energy down. So this is called just forward fold. So you're going to stretch the legs out in front of you. If you want to sit up on a block, sit up on a block. That's going to make it a lot easier. You can even have your knees bent or something underneath of your knees. You don't want to round forward like this. If your hands don't touch your toes, you're going to use a strap. So you're going to reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands towards feet. Just look down towards your shins. Modifications here. You can sit on a block. You can have a block underneath of your knees. You can have a strap around your feet. Make this so that your back is nice and straight and long and flat. Let go of that. And just take a few breaths here. Good. And then come on up. Bend your knees. Lie on your back. Bring the soles of your feet together right where we started class. So, with your eyes closed here, just take a moment and notice the intention. Did you stick with that intention throughout your practice? Did you stay kind? Did you stay compassionate towards yourself, towards your thoughts about others, your thoughts about anything? Did you find compassion in your practice? If you did, you celebrate that. If you didn't, that's okay. Try again next time. But have compassion, because we are not all perfect. This is yoga practice, not yoga perfect. Now we've come to the end of our practice where we do our most enjoyable pose, Shavasana. So you can go ahead and dim your lights if you would like to and find a nice comfortable position. If you would like to stay here in your Baddha Konasana on the ground, you can do that. This is a wonderful pose to spend Shavasana. Or if you want to just let your legs hang out nice and straight, squeeze your shoulder blades underneath of you and just rest. Close your eyes and find a comfy position. So you guys lie down, find your comfortable space. Now I'll give you a few breaths to kind of settle into the pose, figure out what feels good, what feels nice. And then the next few breaths we'll spend in silence. So I'll give you a few moments here. And then I'll bring you out in just a few moments, so you don't have to worry that I've forgotten you or the video has turned off. We'll spend about 3 minutes here in Shavasana. So go ahead, close your eyes, relax, and find some silence. Begin to bring breath back into your body, deeper than before, and allow movement to flow into your fingers and toes. Arms reach overhead, knees bend. Hug your knees into your chest, and gently take your time to roll over onto your right side. And we roll onto our right side in a fetal pose. Let your head rest on your right arm. And we do this, especially in the evenings, because our left side, the side that is extended open to the universe, is our Shakti energy, our feminine energy, our nurturing, calming, cooling energy. And so we honor that, we extend that, and then we come up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, and I invite you to bow your head in a gesture to remind us of the connection between mind and body. Please go from here tonight with peace and inner strength. I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of peace, of truth. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me tonight. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to drop a note in the comment section. Let me know what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, anything that you want me to do differently, any types of class focuses you would like to see next. I'm going to do this every single Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. So I hope you guys can join me, and make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and then hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you can get notified when I do any type of new content, but especially when I post new live content. But I really, really am so grateful to everybody who showed up. So thank you again so much, guys. Namaste. Have a great night.